My name is Karina and I'm a survivor. This is my story and I tell it because I don't want anyone to go through what I went through. I was 18 when I had my first abortion and I was lucky to see my 19th birthday. When I say that I'm a survivor of the single biggest lie that has ever been told to women, and that is that we have the right to choose whether or not we nurture life or destroy it. I really wish that I had had the courage not to go through with it, to stand up for what I wanted to do and not just go along with what everyone else wanted me to do. But I did go through with it. I went into the clinic and killed my baby, and my boyfriend went with me. He took me home and looked after me, and when I woke up there was a bunch of flowers next to the bed. But really you give someone flowers when you have a baby, not when you kill one. After the abortion my behaviour got even worse. I was really depressed and I felt like I was going crazy, but I didn't really know why. I was really angry with my boyfriend because to me it felt like he gave me no choice but to kill my baby. So then our relationship broke down. It just couldn't stand up because my behaviour was really bad and I was blaming it all on him. I came home after a night out and actually took 34 Valium tablets. Now I don't really know if I wanted to die or if I just wanted to make him realise how angry I was and how hurt I was at having to kill my baby. But my mum found me, and the next thing I remember is waking up in the hospital, really dazed and angry. This is when I became a survivor, because my right to choose could have actually cost me my own life. I felt very violated because I felt like the essence of my womanhood had been taken away from me, and you know that's a woman's reason for being. Is to have children, and when that gets ripped away from you, you begin to disintegrate, and that's what I felt happened to me. A disintegration started that day when I left the abortion clinic without my baby, because of the intense shame and pain and guilt that came as part of the package labelled Right to Choose. This package looked so great from the outside. It was very enticing, attractively wrapped, but inside there was nothing but pain and hurt. My next pregnancy was in my 23rd year. I'd been living with another boyfriend. It didn't work out though. We'd already broken up when I found out I was pregnant, and I did tell him, but I never heard from him again. So my mum was actually the one that took me to the clinic. But the strange thing is I don't even really remember being upset afterwards, because there's a limit to inner deadness and I think I'd reached it. The next few years were filled with drinking, partying, entering into one relationship after another, just trying anything to fill that deadness inside of me, but nothing worked. I was bulimic, abused laxatives. I got engaged but called the wedding off 3 weeks beforehand. Within a year I was pregnant again, and I guess I was really hoping for a good outcome this time, like a happy family situation. I thought I was really in love with the baby's father, and so when I told him that I was pregnant, I guess it wasn't really the answer that I wanted. He did say that he would support me either way, but he would only support me financially if I decided to go through the pregnancy, because he wasn't wanting a serious relationship at this time. Something felt really different with this baby. I was really scared about how I would manage being a single mum, but I just decided to go ahead and do it. I gave up smoking, drinking, bulimia, laxatives. I stopped everything and just started trying to get myself healthy. I was really scared about whether I would be able to manage as a single mum, but I just was so determined to have this baby. And I really had a trouble-free pregnancy, and then after 9 months, Connor James was born. I really loved being a mum, and being on my own, it was a bit tough at times, but it was so rewarding, and I wouldn't have changed a single thing because life had new meaning now. When Connor was still a baby, I started having some counselling and discovered some things about myself that I thought was the reason for my past wild behaviour. But then during the counselling, I discovered that I was pregnant again. So I just thought, if I'm getting healthy, why am I still making the same mistakes? The father of this baby definitely wasn't interested in having a child, and so I booked myself into the hospital. I cried going in and I cried going out. When I woke up, I had a nasty scratch and some bruising on me, which made me feel really violated because it was obvious that they didn't take care when they were handling me when I was under anaesthetic. I continued on in my path of self-destruction, and sometimes I think it was only Connor that kept me going. I was just so desperately unhappy, trying to find true love, and all the time I just kept telling myself that life was great and these are fun times. Just kept doing the wild party lifestyle thing, just trying everything to get rid of that intense pain and hurt that was inside. And so because of my reckless behaviour, I became pregnant again with my last aborted baby. This time it was really hard to make the decision, but I really had the fear of being stigmatised as a single mum with 2 kids to 2 different dads. And so again I booked myself into the hospital. By now my need to drink and party had become all-consuming. I honestly don't know where I'd be, or even if I would be here if there hadn't been a drastic change in my life. I was just at such a low point emotionally in my life, and I was just absolutely consumed with guilt for what I had done to those 4 little potential human beings. When I look back, I just really wish that I had had someone to talk to, someone that would just listen to me and be there for me when I was in real need. Just anyone. It's been a long, hard road to forgiveness. Not from God, because that's instant, but it was so hard to forgive myself. But God turned my broken, shattered, living dead existence around, and I finally found and married a wonderful man, and we had another son, a beautiful boy called Isaiah William. I'm more than a survivor now, I'm a fighter. I will live the rest of my days here on earth, turning tragedy into triumph. I'm really looking forward to the day when I can meet those 4 little babies that I never saw. I used to think that I was the only one that felt bad after an abortion, but since I started speaking out about it, I've found that there's so many women who really bear this burden, but in secret, because they just have no one to talk to about it. And there's such a shame surrounding abortion that they don't have anyone really to talk to about it, so they just bury it, and that's what causes the destruction. What I would say to anyone watching is, don't believe the lie that it's not really a baby, and don't believe the lie that this won't hurt you, because the truth is You will never, ever be the same after an abortion. Ever.